Hello everybody, welcome back to Steve's Gear. Today we're going to take a look at an item that I picked up, it's been a couple months now. If you guys watched my video from several months back, I did a recall video on the YETI Sidekick Dry. I picked that Sidekick Dry up for $50 and YETI offered $75 for the recall buyback. So I went ahead and turned it in for the recall, and then I picked up this. Now this came in at $150. So I used the $75 credit that I had, and then I paid $75 for this. So this is available in several different sizes. So this is the 15. You can get it in a 30, and I think the 60. The 15 just fit kind of for what I wanted to use it for. So I thought we'd just kind of take a look at it in case you hadn't seen one before. Now this is basically just your standard looking box. It's kind of a little bit reminiscent of like one of their coolers. Super heavy duty materials. I mean, no flex. You know, typically that YETI overbuilt kind of thing falls into play here. You know, on the back side of it, you do get their, robust hinge, which is what they call it, kind of like their heavy duty hinge. You do get a kind of a grab handle here on the back, and you get the same thing on the front. Now, each one of them has a little bit of a slit in the middle of it, so you can strap it down to like the bed of your truck or roof rack or anything like that. I've never strapped it down to anything yet, but you do have that option. So this is the front side. This has the YETI sticker, and then it has the latch for opening it up. Now the latch is really easy to open, pretty easy to close. When you close it, you do get a nice solid click in there, so that makes it pretty darn watertight. So this one comes in a rating of IP65 and IP67. So it's even submersible. So I feel pretty confident having stuff in here that it's not going to get dusty or wet or things like that. You do get a couple spots here that are drilled out for like a padlock if you want to lock it up, which could be kind of handy. One thing I, probably will use this for is when I go out shooting, you could fit a couple pistols in it, maybe some ammunition, things like that. And if you happen to have kids or people that are just irresponsible, you could lock it just to keep fingers out of it. When you're going out to the range or whatnot. Or if you have, expensive knives or anything like that, you can lock it up. So that makes it kind of nice. On the top, you get a pretty robust handle. The handle is nice because it kind of doesn't lock into position, but it stays, it doesn't flop around. So it stays in the down position, and when you move it to the up position, it kind of clicks in where it doesn't, it's not going to flop open and close all the way wherever you're going. Nice grip on it, nice big size. It's just plastic, but it does feel pretty heavy duty. Now on the bottom of it, you do get a kind of like this rubberized gasket on the bottom, which kind of makes it non-slip. And it does work pretty good. I was a little bit skeptical on how well it would work. Now it's kind of reminiscent of some of their coolers, but if I put it in the bed of the truck, 9 times out of 10, it's still in the same position that I left it in. Now, if you're going down some really bumpy roads or some really bad, off-road areas, obviously you probably would want to strap it down so it doesn't roll all over. But for just around town and stuff, yeah, I've never had a problem with it slipping around, so it's worked out pretty well. Now on the inside, there's a little bit of organization. It's not, super organized container, but it does have a little bit there for you. So this version on the lid does not have any storage on the lid. I think the 30 and the 60 both have, ways you can store stuff on the lid. This one just has some, some structural stuff in it. It does have that gasket that runs all the way around it, and then a little vent here for the air seal. You can kind of get a look at that hinge a little bit. Pretty heavy duty. And it's just like most YETI stuff, I feel like it's probably going to last a pretty long time unless you like really, really abuse it. But yeah, this material they make them out of is pretty heavy duty. So you do get a tray in this one, so you can lift the tray out. And then the inside is basically just a big, big storage area. I got a few things in here right now. This is pretty much just set up how I had it when I went, I went out and did a little bit of vacationing in a little cabin at the beginning of the month. And, this one came with me. It keeps the dust and the sand and all that kind of stuff out of your way. I got a lot of bees flying around me, so if you see me looking around, it's these darn bees. But yeah, the tray is real nice, so pretty good size. You can put quite a bit of stuff in it. When I first saw it, I thought, it's kind of small. But when you start putting stuff in it, you can actually fit quite a bit in here. So now you could fit your pouches, or you can put loose items in, or whatever you want to put in here. On the inside, you know, just for kind of a size reference, I have I like a little adventure medical kit. I have a little GoPro container, keep some GoPro stuff in. I have a Peak Design bag in here. It's got some different accessories and stuff in it. And then down here, I just have a little bit of fishing stuff, some extra lures and stuff I threw in here while I was going out. Some line, carry a little silky saw in there. Just a few little things in there. So you can, you know, put quite a bit of stuff in there. Now, if you were going to use this, I kind of plan on using this for fishing and stuff. You know, you could throw all your fishing stuff in here, especially if you were in a place that was like, had a lot of salt water and stuff. You know, you could put your lures and your rigs and stuff in here and not have to worry about them getting exposed to the elements as much as far as the salt water and stuff goes. So, or if you just go to the lake and you're not, you know, walking a super long distance. Now, this is kind of heavy. It's 7.5 pounds unloaded. So when you have it fully loaded, obviously it'll, you know, depend on what you put in it. But, you know, if you take it out to the lake, you can use it as a seat. It's heavy duty enough where even I can sit on it. I can stand on it. I'm a pretty big dude. And there's no creaks, there's no flex, there's no nothing. So that's a good option for you. Or like I was saying, if you want to go out and, you know, go shooting or something, you could throw a pistol in it, or, you know, some ammunition, things like that. You don't have to worry about any of the elements. Now this tray, it's got just 3 compartments here, one little larger one and 2 smaller ones. I just got some random stuff in here. Like on one side, I got a Leatherman Wave Plus. I got my alpaca hub pouch, and they kind of just nest right in there. You know, I got some hand sanitizer and some sunscreen and some of these little wipes and stuff in here. And then I carried that FC 3.5 fixed blade. Got my little Hank here from Rich over at True Budget EDC. I threw the Warrior Mini 3 in there. And then I keep the Baton 3 with a charging case. It's a nice one to have. And then just some random fishing stuff and some charging cables, a carabiner, Right in the Rain notepad, a little pen, things like that. So some extra Ranger bands. So just some random stuff in here. And you could make it a big dump one, or you could keep it really organized, just depending on how you want to set it up. You know, organization for me, it's fine. I just throw it in there. But what's nice is the fact you don't have to worry about this stuff getting wet or dusty. You know, when you're out hitting the trails or whatever. I'm kind of on a little bit of a trail right now, and everything is really dusty this time of year because it's so dry. So I didn't want to, you know, you don't want this stuff to get all dusty, you know, especially when you come to, you know, GoPros and camera stuff like that. You know, it's just nice to keep it nice and dust free and, you know, waterproof, things like that. Now, even if you're out somewhere camping or whatnot and you want to throw a few snacks and stuff in here, you don't have to worry about raccoons or ants or even bears, you know, things like that. Now, this isn't any kind of cooler, so you can throw a bit dry snacks and stuff like that. Put them in here, don't have to worry about things getting into it. I drove all the way out here with this thing in the back of the bed of the truck. As you can see, I'll try to show you guys. Pull this down. As you can see on my soft topper, this is what the back window, I mean, this is just how dusty it is out here right now. You know, I'll throw this back here, and the soft topper does a pretty good job of keeping the dust out, but this just eliminates anything from getting dusty. So cruising out here, nothing got any dust on it. It's all perfectly fine. So I've been pretty happy with this box. It's just something I like to take out if I'm going to go maybe on the trail, or I'm going to go fishing, or, you know, if I'm going on vacation or something. It's nice to throw things in. A lot of times I bring my nutsack sling bag with me, and, you know, if I'm going to go out, you know, for a hike or walking around, I can just grab a couple items out of here, throw them in the sling bag, or just, you know, bring some extra stuff in here, keep the camera equipment in here, or, you know, things like that. So just kind of want to do a quick review of it for you guys. If you guys haven't seen one, you know, they are a little bit expensive at $150. Obviously, this is going to be more expensive than, you know, picking up a plastic ammo crate or, you know, a Rubbermaid container or something like that. But I think for this one, you really do get what you pay for. Just for me, having a step and an extra little seat and everything being protected, it's worth it for me. You know, you pay good money for the stuff you're going to put in it, so you might as well protect it. You know, it's kind of one of those one-time investments too. I plan on this lasting a long time. So, you know, $150 is kind of hard to swallow when you first get it, but you know, the first time it saves your GoPro, or it saves, you know, a $200 knife or something, you know, I think it's worth it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions, you can feel free to try to write them in the comments, and I'll try to do my best to answer it. And then if you have any of these, like in the larger size or anything, let me know what you think. You know, let me know if you think it's a good item. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.